Starting out on Instagram is hard. There's loads of competition and it's really hard to get recognised. So in today's video, I'm sharing some tips, tricks and hacks that will help you get recognised on Instagram in 2021. In 2021, there's loads of different ways to grow on Instagram, and Instagram actually recently changed their algorithm to better suit video content. So Instagram's primary goal is to make profit, and they do this by keeping people in the app for long periods of time so they can show them as many ads as possible. So if your content is engaging and captivating and keeps people on the app, then Instagram will reward you in exposure. So now I'm going to talk about what many people call the 3 pillars of Instagram success. So the 3 pillars are retention, relatability, and engagement. So first let's talk about retention. And basically what retention is how long somebody spends on your post. Later on in the video, I'm going to give you some more tips for creating retention. Retention is important because it keeps people on the app for long periods of time so Instagram can make more money. The second factor is relatability, and this is how well that the content you're producing relates to the viewer. One way to create relatability is to attract people that are interested in your niche to your Instagram account. And the third factor is engagement. There are 4 main types of engagements: likes, comments, saves, and shares. Each form has a different value. For example, likes take up no time at all because it's just a double tap, so they hold the least amount of value. Comments take slightly longer, so they hold a bit more value than likes. Saves are quite important because then the viewer is telling Instagram that they want to refer back to this at some point. And then there's shares, which are the most important. The typical viewer only does 1 or 2 shares a day, which is why they're so important. Shares are also really useful because they bring more people to the post. One way to create loads of engagement is to have a call to action somewhere in the post. This could be in the comments, the caption, or even on one of the photos. So now I'm going to talk about posting categories. There are 4 main posting mediums. There's feed posts, stories, Instagram TV, and newly added Reels. So first I'm going to give you some tips for feed posts. The first tip is to only post your best shots. Another tip is to use the carousel feature. You can upload to 10 shots, but I only recommend 3 or 4. The reason I recommend this is because it helps create retention. And the more photos you have in your post, the more chance you have of relatability. Another tip is to write long, engaging captions. Captions keep people on the post for longer amounts of time, which increases retention. Another tip is to use video content in your feed posts. This creates more retention and will also often lead to creating more engagement. Instagram are also recommending video content a lot more at the moment, which will help your posts get recognised. Right, so next are some tips for stories. So Instagram basically stole the idea for stories from Snapchat, but they are really useful. The only main tip that I can give for stories is to use the interactive features, like sliders, polls, and quizzes. This creates engagement and also retention. Next we're going to talk about IGTV, which is basically Instagram trying to combat Facebook video and YouTube. Instagram at the moment don't actually have any way to monetize this, so they're not pushing it as much. If you make YouTube videos like me, I also recommend uploading them to Instagram. Next I'm going to talk about Instagram Reels, and this is basically Instagram's approach at combating TikTok. Retention rate is everything on Reels. It's better to watch 15 seconds of a 15-second reel than 20 seconds of a 1-minute reel. 80 to 85% of people watch without audio, so I definitely recommend using subtitles. Some of my recent reels actually got over 1,000 views, which was very surprising, so I do recommend starting doing reels. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, please consider liking and subscribing, and also check out my weekly email newsletter. Every Wednesday I send out a short email about what I and others have been doing in the film industry, so go check that out via the link in the description. Also come and join our community Discord where we talk about filmmaking, photography and creative things. With all of that said, go follow me on my socials, especially Instagram, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!